Hi, we're back for the last little bit here. Okay, so you were finishing up this like apparently storage slash wine cellar area of the basement. Rah.
Yes, and I believe we were running
Next
through rooms,
door.
correct?
The next door would technically be off of the let's see here. You would have to go all the way to the throne room
Cool.
and go back
All
to
right.
your like clockwise. Go to the throne room.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So heading through the throne room.
You said there was gold and stuff in here too, right?
Yeah, the throne. It was like looked like it made of gold with gems in it,
okay.
with the dead
See,
guy.
I mean,
on it.
that's why we need the shield guardian.
Yeah.
Carry the throne of
Carry
gold.
the throne back.
Of course, dump the guy off first. but-
Well, yeah. Put him in one of the burial mounds. Fine.
All right. This door seems to lead to what can be described as a massive multi-floor room that seems to be a main hall. Small sitting furniture, side tables, old art, and small vases decorate this area of the room. A set of 4 sitting couches lie in the center of the floor, but it appears that they've been kind of moved out of the way. The room would kind of function as probably a small hall for galas, where the elite could be invited to. There's tile floors. There are 2 staircases at either side of the room that seem to lead up and around the back wall of the entire building and ascend to the 2nd floor. Under each finely carved wooden staircase is a small opening leading to a door with elaborate carvings of a knight slaying all manners of beasts on a holy crusade, or uniting groups of peasants looking for people. Let's see here.
Okay.
It seems as though, these are made of some kind of like steel substance, and it doesn't seem to be made of like an actual door. They seem to have like some kind of openings in the pictures where a shield-shaped object could be placed. Welcome to Resident Evil. No. I was watching Resident. This is long before then, but I saw it recently. But anyway, that's it.
Okay.
So
Well, let's have a look around.
Why were the couches moved?
the couches could be moved. I said
Oh,
they're in the center of the floor now, but they look as though they've been moved before. Like you would clear them out to the sides of the room for like maybe like a ball or something.
Right. Okay. I want to look around the room.
Sure.
Nokren, do you want to help me look around this room?
I will help you look around the room.
The main reason why I get you to help me is because then I am safer. Because I have a large person beside me.
Okay.
That's a
try
23.
not to sneak off.
Unless you're heading up to then the upper floors, there doesn't seem particular floors above that this room goes into.
I was gonna search the whole thing because isn't it
Okay.
kind of like more of like a mezzanine, really, than a?
I guess you call it a mezzanine. Like it's like 3. It seems to be like 3 floors high, with like
Yeah, but, like,
openings,
they're-
with openings on each floor that you kind of like are moving across to various places.
Yeah, I was treating it as one room,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
it's up to you. We want to do each one individually.
I'll
but-
talk about them each as we go to them. How's
Sure.
that sound? We'll talk
Sounds
about them
good.
right now. You know, I'll go over them.
Sure.
So first of
Yeah.
all, I gave the description of it. There doesn't seem to be anything of particular value. There is that same strange kind of maybe door, maybe something else that's at the back of like the little alcove under the stairs. That's the only
Right.
unusual thing that seems to be on the second floor. The first floor. The second floor kind of leads up to a area that goes to the left and right of the room from where you entered. Each side has 3 doors that you can kind of access. Plus, there's another pair of stairs leading up to yet a 3rd floor. There's only a few small tables in various places here. A few paintings decorate this area. And there's the 3 doors on either side. The top floor, or the 3rd floor, at least from here. Give me a second to get to it. Past it. Oops. There you go. It seems to be more of a kind of the top floor of this area. The 2 staircases that lead up to here kind of move into a kind of floor area. There's a door in front of them that seems to lead somewhere. It's like kind of large, elaborate double doors. There are 2 sitting areas on the back end of this room, kind of behind where the staircases lead up, each linked together with a small walkway. Each is kind of mirrored with a sofa against the far wall, a small table in the middle, and chairs arranged around the edge of the area. It looks like each side could be used individually, or they could be kind of rearranged with the furniture to be used together, even with the walkway in between them. The furniture is still in good shape, but, you know, their paintings and portraits, you know, it's still old. Their paintings and portraits cover the wall here, the same that kind of were in all the floors below. All seem to be of royal figures.
Okay.
Yes. So you're pretty obvious that the 3rd floor area is in that building area you were looking at from the view from above at the garden area.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do we want to go back down to the 2nd floor and do rooms?
There is so
Or do we
areas
want
on
to
the
do
1st
top
floor
floor?
that you haven't done either, too.
Oh, on the 1st floor?
Yeah.
Let's do the...
Because
Let's
remember,
do
you
Let's clear out the first.
that alcove in the back. I want to look at that.
well, there's
a
2 more
little
doors
closer.
off of the throne room, too. You only went through 4 out of the 6 from the throne room.
Oh, true. Well, let's come back to this room then to get to the 2nd floor to do searching afterwards. But I also want to take a look at that steel
Door-ish thing?
Sure. In the and I want to look closely at that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to check it for magics.
Okay.
Which I'm not going to be rolling with advantage. 17 though.
All right.
It's not bad.
It doesn't seem to directly magical, but it looks like maybe there's some magic inlaid into the metal itself to make it harder, more difficult to pass through.
Okay. Strength of steel and soul can seal these doors. Maybe these are other doors that can be sealed.
Yeah, it seems like this figure that's etched on this door, as I said, has some kind of space where a shield should be. That kind of you can tell some kind of something could be inserted into this.
Nokren.
Also, when you look at this, yeah, not like a big shield, like a shield object.
Okay, so we're gonna find that.
Yeah. It looks as though this entire thing would, rather than open, it looks to maybe slide out of the way.
Down to the side.
It's hard to tell because it's going into the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, into the woodworking. Well, I mean, it would be fairly
This
easy
is
to tell from
stone
the floor.
here. Yeah, this stone here that's going into, and this is a big metal door
Right.
kind of thing.
More what I mean is can I see in the floor any spacing that would indicate that it's going down? Because I mean, to the walls I wouldn't be able to tell as much because it has to inlay, but
yes.
from the floor you'd be able to tell. Not that it's relevant at all. It's
I know,
more
I'm
just a
checking.
curiosity thing.
Yeah. I was wondering.
Yeah.
They do not go into the floor.
So they go to the side. So then it is potential if there's a spot to grip that we could theoretically actually just push it to one side.
Well, it seems to be it goes to either your side. You can't tell which side it's supposed to go to.
Right, but with resistance checking on both sides, if we could move it at all, there is in theory a way to do that, but obviously the strength would have to be significant. I'm just saying that that is something that we could consider in the future should we need to. But I think we should move on to the next room. Next closest door.
Okay. I'm glad I changed all those numbers on the bricks, because now I can easily find it.
Good.
This large room appears to be where soldiers maybe train themselves. There are wooden weapons, training dummies that fill parts of this room, along with a fighting circle in the center of the room. A lot of these things are in poor condition. The wooden weapons look like they're going to fall apart like the drop of a pickup. The dummies are barely standings. All the kind of targets are kind of look like they're going to fall over. The floor has a dirt floor in most of it. That's a sign shows of a lot of use.
Okay. I'm really sorry. Shall we?
You said it, Dan.
I know. I didn't want to like say drop of a hat. That's like too cliche. So drop of a pickup. It's bad English.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Nokren, shall we have a look around?
Yes, we shall.
Orn's just been silently following you guys, so.
Yeah.
There is a door
Waiting.
straight across from this one that you can
Good.
access.
I'm glad I got that with my investigation.
Yeah, I mean, this area looked like it had a lot of use, but this
Yeah.
definitely looks like it has been used for a long time. You can tell
Okay.
that there's like stains in some of the dirt from maybe blood and stuff in the fighting arena. So it was very violent fights that were in the kind of fighting circle.
Okay. Well, perhaps training, perhaps something more. Let's go to the door that's at the end of this room.
All right, it leads to a hallway. The hallway goes right and left. To your right, it kind of curves back behind you, so kind of parallels this room. Maybe that leads to the last door. There are 3 doors that you can see that are across the hall from you, and all the way to the end of the hall on the left side is a door also. So you see 4 doors right now,
Closest door.
which is right across the hall from you. All right.
This is the new... This is what we do. Closest door. Go.
We have efficiency on our
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Okay. This room has a number of beds in it. It looks as though there are 10 decent beds set up, each with a chest, a dresser, and a display for armor on top of the dresser. There's a small table to the side of the bed. The room's in decent condition.
Let's open that. So we're gonna do.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta help you investigate is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I clicked on it. It just took a while.
Yeah. These seem to be probably some kind of soldiers, but more elite soldiers. So either a specialized units or maybe officers. Could be either.
Okay.
No weapons lying around.
No. All the armor racks are empty too.
Yeah.
I feel like these guys went off somewhere to die.
And their chests
Probably.
are empty as well.
Yeah. Well, there's probably a couple small personal items. Stuff that might be worth like 75 gold pieces if you got together all of it.
If you want to grab it, go ahead and grab it. But I'm lazy. That's a selling thing. Yeah. So let's
So it looks like the next closest room, if you're going to that, is either to the equidistant. There is one to the right from where you first entered this hallway, the hallway from the thing, or to the left.
That one. Don't tell us the other. Just go.
Okay.
Whatever.
Right one.
Whatever's next.
Right.
Okay, right one. Sure. This large room looks to be house dozens of soldiers that lived here. The room could easily house maybe 30 or 40 individuals. There's a small bed, footlocker, and dressing table in each of these. In the back of this room, it seems to be a kind of small, in a square room area with a door to it that seems to be separate. You will find the remains of a single guard here. He seems to pass away in his bed.
I mean, Nokren, you want to help me look around?
Yep.
That's 23, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Yeah.
We're just doing a sweep of the castle. at
Yeah.
this
That's
point.
what we're doing. Just
Yeah.
if you want, you can just tell us what's in
Okay,
all of these rooms.
Yeah, the back of this room seems to have a display of equipment. That was probably used by the guards of this castle. It's a full set of scale mail, a large steel shield, and a longsword. They're a little dusty, but in good shape.
What was that? Oh, sorry, full set of scale mail?
Yeah.
Scale mail, a shield,
And a long
and a long sword.
Look, that's the display of a guard. in the
That's
back.
true. It is what a guard.
It's
would
probably
use.
not
That is
magic. Yeah.
reasonable. I am
And-
gonna do an Arcana check on it just to see if there's any
I'm just
magic.
gonna point out a guard who only carries a longsword is not.
Sure,
a
he's got a dagger at his side too. Are you happy? He's just a normal
Is it a
dagger.
magical dagger?
it's
No,
just
this is a normal
dagger.
Then
dagger.
I'm not happy.
I'm still gonna pull the dagger and give it to Orin and be like, for your collection.
I'm gonna take the long sword
It just
and take it.
disappears in
Yeah.
my human skin cloak.
Yeah,
We're
Yeah.
a shortage
Ugh.
of weapons, and I now know weapons used as current. Take that weapon.
exactly. That is a big thing too. With a 24, none of them are magical, I assume.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
The
Do
door
we
at the back
want
of
to
this
bring
area-
back the scale mail and the shield, because it is something that like our guards could theoretically use. We'd need to refit it probably, but it would be valuable in the coming battles.
Okay.
I mean,
Pack mule, pack mule, pack mule.
You guys are lucky I'm strong as fuck.
yes,
You can also,
I could carry the longsword for you if you want.
You don't also don't have to carry it
Distribute the
all the time.
Yes.
say that.
Yeah, I'm putting it down before combat. Like, I click the thing down in combat.
The small kind of room at the back of this area, just to make a little long story short for this one, seems to
Yeah.
lead to the other tower, like the one, like you came up on the one tower, which following it up, you will find out that it goes to the second floor. Third floor is where the collapse happened. So this is the collapse tower that you saw from.
Okay. Cool.
The room next to this one, which is closest to it, seems to be another barracks, similar to this one, but with nothing special. Going back down the other hall, just to make, again, long story short for these.
Yeah.
The next
This
room,
is great. Thank
the next room over from the one that you checked out that seemed to be more of like the elite unit officers' quarters is another similar room. The one after that, though, has something which we want to talk about.
Do we want to talk about it, or do we want to?
This quarter seems to be used for an individual.
Oh.
It's a room about the same size as each of those elite unit / officer quarters. It has a fine-looking bed and a number of furnishing adorning this room. Most of the furniture is expensive looking. The furniture is the most expensive looking thing there. The rest is partially barracks. The thing that dominates this room is the body of a soldier impaled on a spear. And from the looks of it, you can tell it looks like he impaled himself on his spear.
Okay, then.
Was he wearing armor when he did
He
this?
is.
Is he wearing armor where he impaled himself?
Yes, he impaled himself through his armor.
That's
Okay.
dumb. And
That's-
someone trying to kill themselves wouldn't have done that.
That's
He's
coward.
dressed in like the full regalia of probably his station in life.
So unless it might have been an honor thing.
Could
Not a
have been,
shame
but
thing.
also-
If it was a shame
Like
thing,
when you
he wouldn't
first
have worn
saw
the
it, it
armor.
looked like maybe he was just impaled by a spear, but it's kind of obvious because you can tell like by the positioning of his hands that he wasn't trying to pull it out; he was trying to shove it in deeper.
I'm just gonna be like, no one move. Just a second.
All right. So his armor, which is a did I switch this? It should be correct. Let me just check something here for armor types because for some reason I'm not confident that that's an actual 5th edition.
You're muted.
No, I don't think he is. I think he's just mouthing.
Not
Half plate. It's half plate. He's wearing half plate, and the spear that's going through him is magical.
That's actually.
Okay.
And he's very dead?
I mean, he's very dead.
Good. Okay. Well, let's loot him.
Okay. You got half plate and a magic spear.
And I will sit down for a minute, and I will ritual cast
this
identify.
half-plate
It
could probably be
literally only takes a
repaired,
minute, so.
so we'll take that. Like, it could still be
It
useful
takes
for someone.
a minute to cast it. Ritual casting is 10 minutes still.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just a +1 spear.
Okay.
I mean, it's still a pretty decent magical weapon, but it's just like not anything super,
Is a spear finesse or strength based?
Strength.
I think so, yeah.
It's
Spear can be
strength,
thrown.
You
I
don't
think
have
that's
to
the
look it
difference.
up. And the throw is still
Spear is
strength.
one-handed, but no, I don't think it has reach.
That's right.
Correct.
I think it's
Yeah,
always
it-
tough.
It can be one or two-handed, actually. It's
Yeah,
versatile.
it's versatile. It's thrown.
That's actually
and
pretty
versatile. Yeah.
Strength.
But I don't unfortunately, I don't think it can be used as the pole arm
No, I don't think it's
No.
stuff. Yeah, no, but it can be thrown, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you should have a magical throwing weapon, basically, then if you wanted it.
Yeah.
Like a
And what about the
dagger.
half plate? Was that? Did we get magic essence from that, or?
No. I mean, it's got a nice spear hole through it, but it's in good shape, and that probably can repair.
Yeah,
We can
I'm
repair
gonna
it and
take it
sell
because it
it.
can be repaired, and metal might
Yeah.
be rare. Or at least we
Um,
think is rare.
It could be, yeah. Well, it's more just that we don't have a ready supply of it. I want to check around the rest of the room because that was obviously the immediate stuff.
Yeah.
Warren, why don't you help me look around this time?
Sure. Surprised Nokren can still walk.
Let's see here. There doesn't seem to be anything else of necessary value. It seems this place was very sparse, other than the man and his equipment. Some of it seems to be similar layout in the way it's displayed as to the other rooms, like, you know, the desk, the, you know, little table, the chest, all that kind of things. Like the chest just has some basic clothes in it. Maybe some of this equipment was stored in there. The furnishing, though, itself, like the bed itself, it's, even with its age, it's still really good. This would have been like, you know, a bed like that you would have had like finely crafted and, like, you know, carved headpiece and stuff. It is way too rich for everything else in here.
What could have caused this guy to do this?
Many things. People are fragile.
I mean, you can tell that he does seem to have held a great station amongst the guards and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if the others all went to
Failure.
fight, and then this guy.
Either failure to protect, failure to recognize, or perhaps failure to adhere.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay.
Next room.
The
Yep.
last room at this end of the hallway leads into a room that is filled with broken weapon, pieces of armor, and stuffed heads of monsters. This appears to be some kind of trophy room. There's half of a large greatsword, a broken half of a battle axe, the shattered fragments of a set of full plate. Those are the easily understood weapon and armor fragments. There are 4 heads on the wall. One appears to be of an owlbear, one of a manticore, one of an adult black dragon, and the other of a purple worm.
I didn't hear that last one because you cut out.
Yeah.
Purple worm.
Purple worm.
Oh.
Wow.
I think I know what that is.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
like,
so that's...
these are the adult black dragon and the purple worm are very large heads to be on walls, you know?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, look at that. It's like, okay, so these things could kill those, but not what's in the ground.
We don't know how many people were on the missions to kill those. We don't know how many people went down to kill the things in the ground. And there were a lot of citizens, civilians, who were killed.
Yeah.
Never know what plagued them beforehand.
Do we take the metal scraps?
Yup. If you can
This
carry
way-
them.
I'm gonna start like dragging the bag behind me.
Okay, you will
And-
find something behind the full plate when you move it. Since you actually are removing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
There seems to be a fairly nice looking short sword back there.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna look at it and go, Tim?
Does it seem magical?
Maybe. It's got some strange symbols and like etchings on it. Might be
I
magic.
rolled a 21 on Arcana. Does it seem magical?
Without directly using something to detect it, it looks as though it could be magical. You're
Thank
not
you.
100% sure because Arcana is
Thank
not
you.
foolproof.
No.
Yes.
I'm just asking. With
It
that,
has
is
things
that what
on it-
caused it, or
it
was
ha-
it just generally?
Yes.
Yeah, it has
Generally
the
speaking,
usual,
it
like,
has stuff on it that
inscription
looks
shit.
like it could be magical. Again, Arcana's not foolproof, so that's why I'm trying to
Or
like.
No.
Sits
I know.
down and prepares to wait for 10
Yeah.
minutes.
In that 10 minutes, that's when Nokren's like taking the heavy stuff and putting it in like the
I
bag
figure
to
I have
drag.
time because you were like trying to load all the.
Yeah. So now he's got all the light stuff in the backpack, and the rest he's just dragging on a bag on the.
I'll let you know what it is later on. Okay. Sorry.
Cool. No
Just
worries.
so you know, stealth is out of the question now.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah. So you got all the other stuff. Doing anything else in this room? There is two.
I have an idea. Sorry, once we're done with this area, Nokren's going to take the bag full of all the heavy stuff and drag it to the front door and leave it there, and he's going to periodically come back and put stuff out in it.
Yeah, there are two rooms. There are two doors out of here. But other than that, that's whatever you want to do in this room.
Hey, Tantus.
Yes.
Look at your chat real quick.
Yes.
Hey.
That's very nice.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I wanted to
Very
point
nice.
it
Yeah.
out.
Okay. Okay, so there's two ways out of this room apart from the one we entered in.
Yes.
Closest.
Okay, so you're heading on to the next room. Okay, gotcha. Let's see here. That one. We'll say that one.
Oh wait, did we get identify done?
Yes.
He cast identify on the short.
He'll let me know later.
Yeah, I'll let you know later. Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows I'm not going to use it, so there's no rush.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I mean, I was surprised none of you try to steal animal heads from the walls.
That's a step too far. We'll come back.
They're a
for
little
those.
big.
We'll come back for
I mean,
those.
the owlbear and manticore one aren't too bad.
No.
Yeah, the ones that Nokren would have wanted are a little big.
Yes. And those are ones that we will be getting the shield guardian to grab furniture with. So he'll come and he's going to be our moving truck.
Oh my god.
So, the room to the next to this one that seems easiest to connect to appears to have been once the main armory of this place, for holding all the extra weapons and armors of the castle. The door is unlocked, and the inside seems to have been raided. Weapon racks are empty, the chests are open and hold dust, the wall mounts are unused.
I feel it's interesting that these rooms are being selectively raided. Some of them are raided and some of them are not.
It
Someone
was
came
raided
here with
quickly.
purpose.
It was raided quickly. They came in here, they knew the rooms that they needed to hit, and they knew
That's what I mean.
what they needed to get out. It could have been not that they were raided, but rather that they were evacuated quickly.
That's a possibility, yeah.
These people may have left this place. They may not have all perished. We certainly saw a lot of bodies.
We know there is something here.
We know there is something here. Absolutely, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Have Nokren help me look around.
Yeah. I think just a
You know the drill at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a 21.
Basically, how I help is I just guard him so he can fully just like focus
actually
in,
look
not care
in.
about
Yeah.
anything.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you will take a look around here. It seems there's nothing left in here. So unfortunately, it looks as though whatever weapons or armor once here were specifically taken.
Next closest room.
Okay. It leads to a small hallway with a door off of it, which we can hit up. It seems to be a small office, right there.
Ooh.
Yep.
I like those.
All kinds of paperwork, bureaucratic matter. There are old maps, scraps of documents, a few books.
And a ritual cast comprehend languages.
Give me a history check then too. Thank you.
Ooh. Oh yeah, because this is from our world.
22.
All right. You actually recognize some of the areas in the maps from back in your homeland. These are very far off from where you came from, but you recognize them as part of the continent itself. These maps seem a little off, though. So maybe they're inaccurate or
old.
Yeah.
Very, very old.
Okay.
A lot of
I'm gonna
the
take those
information
maps,
here
though.
seems about assignment paperwork for various guards and people on soldiers. There's also a list
Okay.
of budget of like a budget for a number of years, including items purchased and who they were assigned to.
Okay.
Okay, that's
is
what
like-
we want to look at.
Yeah, this is like bureaucrats matters. This room.
Yeah, but that's items. We might have to figure out who was assigned with what and whose body we need to look for.
Potentially. I'm gonna take the maps.
Okay.
I assume they're in a format where I can roll them up and
Yes.
slide them in the shoulder.
Yep.
Of my
This room
backpack
was
there.
fairly well kept from the weathering, so like the stuff is
Okay.
in pretty decent shape here. Kind of like
And was there anything in this room apart from those the maps and the scrolls and the manifests, that kind of stuff?
from except for bureaucracy, nothing of real value seeming being here.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Then in that case, next room, please.
The next
sir.
room seems to be an abandoned guard room similar to the one you saw on the other side. There is a staircase down next to it.
Staircase down.
Okay.
Okay,
Clear, clear, clear.
that's what we're doing. Yeah.
We're very efficient.
Like,
This is like
can I just point out that we would still be about 3% done if
Yes.
we'd come in with our full party.
yes. Well, we like to all chat a lot, so it makes sense.
We
but-
do.
And we like
Chat
to
in the
chat.
extra rolls. Everyone likes to try to roll at once.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that switching to this bottom floor here, which I will do just this little bit here, and then I think we might be right about at the pause point for today. Just give me a second here to get to this room. You get to the bottom. The staircase will head down and lead into another room. This room seems to be a kind of another guard room. Another set, like this one, has room that looks like areas of maybe like 4 guards. There's a set of keys hanging on the wall here, similar to the one before. A round table, chairs, of course, a desk, and there's a large book on the desk.
Good.
The desk is mostly crumbling apart, but because you have your comprehend language, you actually can understand that this appears to be a checkbook for prisoners.
So it's a prisoner's log.
It's a prisoner's log.
Prisoner's log.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do I see anything of note in the prisoner's log?
Unfortunately, no. The names are not really readable anymore. Like just the format of it and like some of the words around where these like names would be are what you're understanding it to be a prisoner's log.
Fair enough.
There's a door out of this one, which seems to lead into the dungeon hallways. We'll leave it there. We're about to enter the dungeons.
That's a good. Oh dear.
Mhm.
Are there any magical daggers in this room?
No. If he wants to, he can use the goddamn short sword. It's magical and finesse. Or you can give it to grits. I don't care.
Yeah.
Technically, 3 of you could use a magical sword. It's a finesse one.
Listen, anything but daggers is terrible.
Daggers are terrible. It has to be daggers.
Listen, I'm just playing my character. He's a picky bitch.
Yeah.
It's true. He is. Let me tell you. he's real picky.
Mm-hmm.
Very particular.
Anyway, so, hey, we're finishing up for today. Thanks everyone who caught by. It's been a long one. It was a fun one too. Why don't we give our kind of outro? I'll give my stuff, and we'll hopefully be back next week with a Rufus. It's still going to be a couple more weeks before we get a Grits, but Rufus can, I don't know, find you. Oh wait, actually no, I got a perfect thing for what's going to happen to Rufus.
Oh,
Good.
He'll show
He
up pretty
takes the
quick.
wrong turn, stumbles back, and goes through the wall of one of the cells. Then we leave him there.
we find him in a cell.
Technically speaking, you will find him in a cell. One of the cells had a tunnel in the back that was like very small, so we could just say it was small enough for him to squeeze through there.
We have the prison keys, right?
Yes,
Okay,
Yes.
so we can lock it.
you could. You could just leave him there if possible. No, I mean it's Rufus. He's lovable.
Define lovable.
Define
as in
Rufus.
sheep love him.
Yes. I mean, I don't know
Or
if
does
they
he love
actually
sheep?
do. I don't.
He certainly loves sheep.
Whether they love him. Anyway, Tesh, let's say give your spiel of where people can find you and such.
Hi, I'm Tesh of the Tesh Tube. You can find me on the Tesh Tube on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Twitter is where you want to follow me for everything. I also edited, I cut up and uploaded 9.5 hours of Destiny footage. If you enjoy Destiny for the launch of Forsaken, which was a lot of fun.
9 hours, you are an impressive man. I have trouble like editing like a 2-hour thing and getting it to decent sizes. I'm like,
there's a reason why I say cut it up, because what I did is I went and used instead of downloading and then actually properly editing, I used softwares involved in Twitch and YouTube to cut and edit it, so I wouldn't have to worry about the exporting and all that jazz with that much footage. So yeah, that's what you can find on my channel.
And then there's me, who's like, editing what? No.
It was one of those things where I normally upload streams full, but I'm like, this is 9.5 hours. It's a bit much to upload in one block.
Yeah. Tiv.
Hi, I'm Tiv, and due to recent complications, I still don't know what my schedule is anymore, but I'm pretty much Savolic everywhere. So, yeah, I occasionally post things randomly. Who knows? Go for it, Will.
Winter, Will, what you got?
Jesus. Twitch.tv/WinterBearGames. You can find any links that you need there. You can find me on Twitter through there. You can find me on the other shows that I'm on. I actually have links to those down below that as well as Patreon if you want to check out some of my writing stuff, because there at the end of this month is going to be the first short story release on my Patreon if you're at a certain tier. So you'll get a bit of short story stuff, and then when my book eventually is getting ready to be released, you will actually get pre-release chapters for that, which is cool. So if you want to check out my writing, that is the place to do it. Streams are going to be coming soon once I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm still sick. I actually had to come home early from work today, but once the stomach stuff sorts itself out a little bit more, I will be streaming again regularly and doing writing on stream, so you can check my stuff out there.
Cool. And as usual, I am the Dungeon Master, Dracovin. You can find me here pretty much daily. Usually stream in the morning. Tomorrow's up in the air because I might have to watch my niece, because I'll be the only one in the household. So, I mean, I might also have to take her to school.
You might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will at least be
Reasonable.
watching her part of the morning, so I might just put off to do like an afternoon stream or something rather than normal, which will be Darkest Dungeon if I do it. And probably something in the evening. I'll be back, of course, next week on... we'll be all back next week on Thursday for more Madness of the Land, so please check us out here. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll continue where we are checking out the dungeon. Hopefully they'll get a Rufus back. I'll also be back with Tiv on Tuesday for Legacies of the Cane, my Vampire the Masquerade stream, which that one's been very fun too.
We're gonna die.
You are probably going to die, because you're probably going to piss off some powerful things that are threatened you.
Yeah,
They
I'm
have
gonna...
threatened you, so it is fortunately to fight back against them. But you know,
I'm probably gonna send 2 basically werewolves and a mummy into a frenzy or extreme fear. So that'll go well for me.
and you'll probably go crazy too. I mean,
No, I have good rolls for that.
you have good rolls for that. Good luck. Anyway, yep.
Hey.
So that'll be next week. That's our RPG schedule. A lot of streams going on. So you can always check out my Discord and Twitter to see what's going on. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you all here next week, folks. Bye-bye.